Hey, lovelies. Welcome to my meditation drawing session for today. So before we start, I want you to get comfortable. So grab a blanket or cushion, get some art material, anything that you have, like pen, pencil. I just have a marker here, a piece of paper. If you don't have a piece of paper, grab an old newspaper, magazine. And while you're getting those, I'll just give you a really brief introduction to our session today. We'll be here for about 15 minutes. And meditation drawing is a beautiful addition into your self-awareness or self-care practice. So we meditate, and we'll be doing that for just about 5 minutes, and then we'll move into a creative exercise. So I will guide you step by step through a drawing exercise. And it's not about creating a picture. It's more like a doodling. It's a more like repetitive mark making. And the reason we do this is because while we're drawing, we're able to tune in, slow down, calm down, and notice. And it's from the noticing that we can really begin to know where we're at and know what we need and know where we might be going in terms of our self-care. So if you're ready, let's start. So let's start with our meditation. So lay back in your seat, really ground your sit bones into the chair, really plant your feet on the ground. So to do our meditation drawing, it's really about coming back to this present moment, coming back to our bodies and tuning into how we feel and how our senses feel in the here and now. So let's start with our breath. So just notice this very simple act of noticing. Notice breathing in, notice breathing out. And ask yourself today, how do I notice the fact that I'm breathing? So let's bring in our five senses here. As you breathe in, are you breathing in through your nose and can smell something in the room that's kind of dominating your senses? Is it taste? Is there still a taste of your cup of coffee or tea in your mouth as you breathe? Or is it the sound, the very sound of the air moving in through your nostrils and out through your nostrils or mouth? Is it touch? Do you really feel your shoulders pressing into the chair as you breathe in and out? Or is it your vision? Have you your eyes closed and you're noticing the shapes and colors behind the closed eyes? Or if your eyes are open, are your eyes fixed on a particular point? And is that catching your attention? So let's tune into these senses for our session today and think about what our dominant senses are for this moment. Some of us rely more on some senses than on others. So do you know which senses you depend on more? And continue breathing and recognize that these senses are continuously collecting information for us. They're giving us a feedback. How are we? What's going on in this environment? How do I feel here? What are my impulses in this moment? You don't have to change your breath. Just feel the movement in and out. And just for 1 minute, bring your attention to your feet, pressing some weight into the ground and really feeling the support of the ground. Moving your focus up to your legs, to your bent knees, to your thighs. to your sit bones rested in the chair, to your back resting on the back of the chair, your shoulders, even just move them slightly just to get extra comfortable. Your arms rested in space, your belly moving in and out, your chest rising and falling, your neck, the back of your neck, the back of your head, the sides of your head, the air kissing your skin, and the top of your head. So just taking a couple of full body breaths before we move into drawing. And with these full body breaths, I wanted you to start thinking about tuning in to that energy just around your belly button. Because here we have the sacral center. And we're in the last few moments of gate 59 being in the sacral center. And that's activated by the sun for those who are into human design and astrology. And 59 is about intimacy. It's about the creation of something new. And that could be a human being, that could be a project, could be a relationship. It's about dispersing your energy out and finding points of contact with individuals or ideas and saying yes and responding yes as to whether or not you want to create something from that energy. So our creative exercise for today is we're going to be drawing ripples. So I'll guide you through it, but literally just start with a little circle or some sort of shape that ends in on itself. And imagine a stone hitting the water. And just gently, slowly begin to ripple out. Think of the dispersion of that energy. And think about your energy and the dispersal of your energy. So have a think back over the last week or so and consider, what did you use your energy on this week? What ideas or people did you bounce up against? Did you bump into? Whenever it feels right and ready, just bringing this particular shape to a close and starting again. I really want you to tune into your breath here and those senses. So we can draw, we can do a fairly mindless act. And at the same time, we can pay attention to what's going on in our bodies, what's going on with our breath. So keep breathing and perhaps even start connecting the movement of the ripples on the page to the breath. Now I want you to notice that fairly quickly, you're going to start bumping into the other ripples. Notice that you'll touch them. You'll contact them. There's a point of contact. And I want you to begin to just pay attention to how this feels in your body. What's it like to bump up against people, bump up against situations, bump up against ideas? Do you notice anything as you touch a ripple? What happens when you meet another object as you move through space? And don't think about this too much. Just notice the touching. Notice the rippling. Notice the dispersion of energy. And I want you to feel into your body what it's like when these touch. You notice that one shape is being impacted by the shape of something else. We're moving through this life, connecting with people, objects, spaces, and we're all bumping up against each other. And we get to choose, we get to respond to what we want to continue in relationship with and what we don't. So really coming back to this breath, coming back to our senses and asking ourselves, what senses are dominant now? Do you still very much feel grounded in your body? Or have you lost your center? The more bumps, the more things your dispersal bumps into. Where are you at in this co-creative element of life? And breathing into that sacral area, breathing into that area around the belly button, and just notice, just below the belly button, how does that feel to you now as you draw? And as you breathe, once again, noticing your breath in, noticing your breath out. I'd like you to think about winding down, coming to an end. How does it feel to finish up this exercise? Do you feel relieved, tired and exhausted after expending all this energy bumping into things? Or do you feel enlivened, alive by the prospect of what may happen? Just taking a moment, taking a breath. Finish up your drawing. And I want you to think of one word that might represent and reflect what you see. My word today is flowers. I just see these flowers blooming from the same stem, from the same stalk, all dispersing out into space, and yet deeply connected by a strong stem and root system. So putting your art materials down, just gently moving your hands, maybe giving yourself a little massage of the hands, coming back to this body, coming back to this space, a little massage on the neck, letting that exercise go. I have a meditation drawing circle that meets every week. So if you're interested in that, there are details below. And I also do one-to-one sessions with people where they can meditate and draw on certain aspects of their charts and really get a completely new and unique perspective on them. So enjoy the rest of your day and take care.